Storm Song City Center, BICC Reception, Maula Puma Filling Station, Puma Crossroads Filling Station, Kaunda Puma, Likuni Filling Station, Pamalewezi, Toto Bunda Filling Station, and Biwi Filling Station. Doors open at exactly 10 a.m.
So much, Honorable Leader of the House.
Point of order.
Honorable Member for, is it Lilongwe Likuni, what has gone out of order?
Thank you very much. Second Deputy Speaker. I rise on Standing Order 14. Honorable Speaker, Second Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Member,
Yes.
we haven't received anything from the clerks on the table. So if you would want to raise anything to do with Standing Order 14, you have to follow proper processes and procedures of the House. I thank you.
Some matters may arise when you are seated already. Sometimes. Some matters may arise when you are seated, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member, you have to follow the procedure of the House. I now recognize Honorable Minister responsible for finance and decentralization. Honorable Minister, you have the floor.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I stand here now before the August House to respond to the comments raised by honorable members on the 2025-2026 Media Budget Review Statement, which I presented on 21st November 2025. Before I do so, let me register my appreciation and thank the spokesperson of political parties, the chairpersons of Budget Committee, and all honorable members for their constructive comments and suggestions. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to assure the honorable members that I have taken note of all issues raised, and my ministry has carefully reviewed the recommendations on this mid-year budget. Some of the recommendations will be considered as we implement the budget. Issues raised by the chairperson of the Budget Committee. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, allow me to respond to the issues raised by the Budget Committee on the 2025 mid-year budget. First, I would like to highlight some of the reform measures that the committee has recommended or commended government as follows. And the committee has commended the proposals on suspension, on promotion, recruitments, and payroll audit. It also recommended control of expenditure through the announced austerity measures in the public service and increased allocation towards domestically funded projects. In addition, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the committee has also raised a number of issues, and I would like to respond as follows. The Budget Committee has raised a concern about the 20 billion increase in generic goods and services, despite the introduction of austerity measures in the mid-year budget. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to explain that the increase was necessitated by the need to provide additional resources to institutions that had depleted their budget allocations by 30th September 2025. Otherwise, if the expenditure measures were not considered in the mid-year budget, the increase on this budget line would have been even much more higher. In addition, Mr. Speaker, sir, Madam Speaker, Sir, as you are aware, it will take time for the austerity measures that we have instituted to start yielding results and have impact on our revenues, and yet the resources are required now. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to assure the August House that government is fully committed in the implementation of the announced austerity measures. It is expected that in the remaining months of 2025-2026 financial year, 44 billion savings or more will be made from travel restrictions, freeze on procurement of motor vehicles, and reduction of staff in embassies. Issues raised by the spokesperson from Malawi Congress Party. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, before commenting on the issues raised by the spokesperson of the Malawi Congress Party, I would like first the MCP to accept that they have caused the challenges that we're experiencing now, and it is only fair and proper that they need to take a deep reflection of what they say. If you ask any person, any Malawian, whether it's from Chitipa, Nsanje, or Palombe, they will tell you that the problem that we are experiencing now is because of mismanagement and lack of fiscal discipline by the Malawi Congress Party. Let me also quote what IMF said when they were cancelling the IMF program. They said, the program faced challenges, including fiscal indiscipline, difficulty in rebuilding foreign exchange reserves, and an unresolved external debt restructuring process. So one of the key issues why the IMF was cancelled, it was because of fiscal indiscipline. Mr. Speaker, sir, I therefore ask our colleagues in the opposite side of the aisle to accept the reality rather than playing holier than thou. It is my hope and prayer. It is my hope and prayer that you also. It is also my hope and prayer that you also wish this country well, and that you wouldn't want Malawians to continue suffering. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the spokesperson for MCP informed this August House that government's freeze on recruitment and promotion will cripple public service delivery. I would like to differ on that allegation. Because I think the freeze in the promotion and recruitment is temporary and is intended to curb careless and unplanned recruitments. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to bring to your attention the fact that from April to September 2025, I repeat, from April to September 2025, that's in 6 months, the Malawi Congress Party government recruited 33,000 officers and promoted 31,953 without corresponding resources in the budget. In addition, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, many officers were recruited on contract basis. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, many officers were recruited on contract basis, irrespective of grades in various MDAs. This is clear evidence of irresponsible public finance management. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the spokesperson for Malawi Congress Party also raised the concerns about additional 512.6 billion in 2025-2026 mid-year budget. The following are the major reasons why we are spending 512.6 billion. The first one, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, is to provide resources for institutions which had depleted their annual budget by mid-year, such as the state residences, OPC, and Office of the Vice President. Secondly, it is to provide additional resources, almost 196 billion, to clear the backlog on gratuities of retirees. B, to provide additional resources, 129.6 billion, for the FISIP because of increased number of beneficiaries from 528 and 20 to 1,100,000 beneficiaries. Secondly, or thirdly, is to provide additional resources, almost 100 billion, for public debt interest, another statutory budget line. The other reason why we have that increase is also to provide additional resources, almost 98.5 billion, for wages and salaries, which is also a statutory in nature and is unavoidable. The other reason is to regulate additional expenditure, the 50 billion on elections, and also provide for by-elections that are coming. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, allow me now to react to the comments that have been made regarding the tax issues I presented. First, I wish to express my gratitude to the honorable members of this August House, civil society organization, private sector representatives, and the general public who have taken time to comment on the tax measures contained in my mid-year budget statement. Much of the debate was centered on the three key issues. The first was the adjustment of the pay as you earn. Secondly, it was the reduction of the threshold for the supernormal profit from 10 billion to 5 billion, and the introduction of capital gains. The introduction of capital gains for gains tax on shares held for more than 1 year. On the payee adjustment, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, some commentators have expressed concern that the revised structure may disproportionately affect low-income earners. I would like to differ and clarify that this is not the case. I have already demonstrated, I think, to Chair of Budget and Finance. I also did the same to the spokesperson for UTM, that actually this structure favors those that are already paid. This structure that we have proposed as those that are already paid. This structure that we have proposed
Luntha Television stands as an autonomous faith-based broadcaster with a national and international reach. Experience the difference with Luntha Television, where innovation meets experience. Our dedicated team, backed by cutting-edge technology, ensures seamless execution and unparalleled results. Luntha guarantees credibility and professionalism in all its endeavors and services. We offer, among this, production and broadcasting of jingles, music videos, narratives, documentaries, press services and programs on location or outside, live broadcasting of mass and other church functions, government or indoor functions, and political rallies, creation and broadcasting of special programs, sponsored content, sports and entertainment, and advertising for small, medium and large enterprises. All services are offered at competitive prices. Tune in daily to catch Luntha Television on Zuko on Channel 51, Starsat Channel 474, Star Times Channel 474, Topstar 474, Kriye 007, GoTV on Channel 807, Azam on Channel 386, and live streams on our YouTube and Facebook platforms. You can find us in Area 2 Lilongwe or can reach us on 0883 815 055. Come, let us help you grow your business.